Primary text frame is a great feature that allows you to set up a document with editable and threaded text flow. Welcome to this video. I'm Arpad. In this video, I will show you how you can set up a document with primary text frame, how to link text from word processing documents. This feature, the primary text frame, will be especially valuable for documents with long multi-page text. So let's dive in. Text as primary text frame. So again, to reiterate that, this will be very valuable when you have long connected text. So this would be thesis document or other type of documents with long threaded text. And so we look at that first, how to create that. Second, we will look at how you can link a word processing file to a document. So primary text frame is set up when you open a new file. You create a new document. So let's go to File. Let's go to New, select a document, and again, you set up the size, let's say orientation. Facing page refers to book, of course. And what you want to highlight, and this is the location to set a primary text frame, is right here. So select that. Of course, you can select all the other things as well. You say create. Okay, so again, we checked primary text frame. Okay, so I have this document here. Let me add a couple pages here. And I will also, just for the editing purposes, again, normally you could set up a template with that, as you have seen earlier. So I will load all text styles. Actually, let's undo this. Let's load paragraph styles. From the document I created earlier, or actually I can do it from the template that I created earlier. And I do all of this. Minus the annotations. Okay, so I have these styles here. And let's do the same for the colors. So again, the advantage of having a template, and you can set up the template with the primary text frame, that when you open that template, then all those settings are available. Okay. Now, primary text frame is actually directly linked to what we call the master page. And as you know, in InDesign is unique in that you have the actual pages, and you also have the master pages, which are pages that can be assigned to actual pages. So the fact that we see the A here, here, and here is because this is an A master. To assign a master, if I just do that to the front page, the none, drag it over, and now that A indicator disappears. So this has this style assigned, which is the none. Okay, so this document was created with primary text frame. So let's double click on the master page. And please note that what appears to be the margin is actually overlapped with also what we call the text frame. Why? Because when I drag this out, you see the margin is still there, and here's the primary text frame. So by default, InDesign actually stretches these, what we call primary text frames on the master page to the margins. Now, please also note that as I select this frame, there's a small symbol here. And when you hover over it, it will tell you that this is actually a primary text flow frame. The arrow indicates that these frames are linked, and they will automatically, when you place a text, will flow into a new text frame. So let's actually maybe, go back to the selection tool. I select this, select the corner reference point, and maybe I just make it 4-inch wide and 6-inch high. Okay, again, I'm setting these up here. Hit return, select the other one, change the other corner point, again, 4-inch wide, 6-inch high, and I place these. Again, this was on the master, but when I leave the master, double click outside, you see that the same frame appears here. By the way, W is the keyboard shortcut to reveal, show frames, or hide frames. It's just a different viewing mode. Now let's say that in this case, we will actually bring in a text from an outside document. So use any of your word processing document. So I have one, so I navigate to that place. So I just navigate to this document here that I will use. I say open, and I place this document. Very simple. I click inside the text frame, and please note this text automatically threaded and continues until you frame the until the text ends. Okay. Now again, please note that the style is from the document because I did not select any style before. I'm going to undo this. And in this case, I'm going to select the style first. So I'm going to select this text one style. And I do the same. Actually, I have to escape first, so it's not there. I select the style, go to File, Place. And I place this inside, and now it is actually placed in that style. Okay. And of course, maybe this one should be title, and this one should be maybe subtitle. Now, let's say that, how can I link this? So when I edit the original document, it actually link it to that. So it gives me a warning that the original document was edited. So to do that, I'm going to go and make, okay, well, so actually before I make changes to the original document, let me explain something. By default, InDesign does not assume that you want to link a word processing document to your file. So what you need to do, you need to go to Preferences, File Handling, okay, right here. Open this and see where it says Create Link when placing text and spreadsheet files. You have to select that and say OK. Okay, so again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this and place it as such now. Okay, so again, one more time, Preferences, File Handling. This is checked. So now when I place that file, it will be actually linked. Okay, and of course, it's a new document, so I have to reassign the title and the subtitle. So I'm going to go and make changes to that document. So I made changes to that document, and of course, what indicates the change is this yellow triangle, the warning sign. And again, to apply that edit, you double click on this one, it gives you a message that this was changed, update anyway, you say yes. It also warns you that you will lose edits by updating. Unfortunately, that's just how it works in this linking condition. So you say, okay. So what you lose is not so much the text, which was originally placed, but what we did afterwards. You see the change here. This is the change. I typed it there. So we just have to reassign, unfortunately, title, the subtitle, and then we have this document linked. Now, the other nice feature of having primary text frame and the text frame on the master page is that you can actually edit the text frame on the master page and it will be applied to all the frames. So let's do that. So I'm going to go to the master page. Let's say that you decided that you should actually have 2 columns here. So I'm going to go navigate up here and I do the columns. And if I change the units here to points, I can control the gap between them, which is called a gutter. So maybe I have a 6-point gutter. Okay. And I do the same on the other side. I create 2 columns and a gutter with 6 points. Okay. And please note, of course, this is fantastic. So all of these now have changed. Okay. So this way you can really control that. In fact, you can even change the size if you want to. Let's say maybe this should be, maybe you've decided it should be a taller frame, maybe, or instead of 6 inches, 8 inches. So then you see all of these change. Okay, so this concludes this video. Again, remember to use, when you set up a document with long text, to use primary text frame, which is set up when you create a new document. Now, technically, we could save this as a template now. Then you would not only have the settings for the styles and colors and swatches, but you can also save the primary text frame option with that. Okay, sounds good.